this should be working. I don't know. I don't ever know. Okay. Let me see. Let me test it on here. One second. One second. So we're going to end this for now. All right. And then we're going to cap right now. We're going to go to YouTube and just double check that we can hear on this microphone. I'm trying for the first time, had for mad long, but let me see. Let me see. Okay, radio, TV. Okay, Apex Radio. Yeah, Apex Radio. Is it radio TV? Apex Radio TV. Okay, cool beans. All right. So it's not showing that we're live here. Oh no, why not live? Huh. Interesting. All right. Mm-hmm. The full screen. Okay, let's check the phone. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Maybe it's not showing up because it's the same one. If that makes sense. Okay. Got the Wi-Fi. Okay. Okay. 1 second, guys. I'm just checking to see if this works. Okay, if I gotta sign in. Show me how to sign in. Oh, don't mind the fingernail. Try to do something. Okay. Amen. Okay, that's say we're live. All right, cool. Okay, that's say we're live. All right, cool. Does this make a difference? Does this make a difference? Does this make a difference? It does make a difference. Does this make a difference? It does make a difference. It does make a difference. I'm trying my microphone for the first time. It's okay. Is that a mom? No? You got kids with her? No? Okay. Okay, awesome. So I'm one of the cool kids now. I've had this for so long. I just haven't tried it. No, please. No, I just have to concentrate. Just go play with the toys in the kid area. Thank you. And stuff. Oh, man. Oh, wow. OG. Oh, wow. I don't know what to do. And I was like, oh, they don't know what to do with my hands. All of this. Amen. Okay. All right. Amen. Do you have my number? Yeah, so hey, what to do, love doves? It's your girl Indigo, jumping on and stuff like what have you and everything. Happy Saturday. I was actually originally going to try and come into the chat, make yourself comfortable. Quick housekeeping. We don't do ignorance and hatred. It's a safe space for all that can be involved. And I love people telling me where they're from. I'm in the States, United States, and stuff. Got my kiddos in the background. Turkey. Oh, amen. I got some Turkish friends. I got friends from all over. I was in a really cool travel club for a few years, and the furthest out of the country that I traveled was Dubai. That was really cool. And then Puerto Rico, you didn't really need a passport. But yeah, that was a cool 3 weeks with my kids and stuff like that. Is that Miami, or are you saying mommy? Because I am a mom. I am a mom. Yeah. True to it, not new to it. I'm from Turkey. Hey, Turkey. Hey, I love, I have some Turkish friends, like I said, really cool people, really cool people. As you know, the United States is a melting pot. So we got a lot of cool people from a lot of cool places and everything. But yeah. So my name is Indigo. Welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. This is the Apex Radio TV platform, home of Apex Radio Show, a wonderful radio TV podcast, what have you. Where we address all aspects of humanity, like just being a human in this, cool existence that we have and everything. Where am I from? Not from Earth. First and foremost, just coming to you hot live as a human, and everything. Apologies for my janky setup. I'm trying this microphone for the first time because all the cool kids seem to have one. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, it's okay. Like yeah. So it's like, one of my sayings is it's always a first Friday. It's always a first Friday here. So the thing is, I have the microphone piece on the phone, and I didn't necessarily have my phone holder with me today. But I'm actually really happy that. Can you guys hear me okay? 64XP. Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me okay with the microphone? Does it make a difference when I do this? Does it make a difference? But yeah, so coming at you live hot, from the Southern Tier Community Center in the upstate New York area. Hello, greetings, everybody, greetings. I'm in the United States. My name is Indigo. Oh, Sweden? Oh, man. Are you from Sweden? I think you might be my first Swedish person. I'm melanated, sure. I'm pretty mixed up though. I got some Caucasian in me, believe it or not. So, I am an American melanated indigenous individual. So, got all that comes with that. But Indigo. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Man, oh man. Um, uh, okay. Like I said with housekeeping, I said, like I said with housekeeping, I don't as a as a being that's not really from here. I don't really do hatred or I don't exist out here. You're just seeing me as a black woman, but that's not. I'm actually one of the best things. I feel I would never not want to be a black woman, despite everything that society says or wants to convince me not to be. I would never not want to be a mom, even though it does seem like, my culture currently does not like mothers, especially black mothers, mothers of color. I would never trade my upbringing or my experience. Some things I would have obviously have wanted to have been better or presented to me better. But yeah, I don't live out here. I'm just a being. I'm a human. I wish that the world could come together. These borders are man-made borders, not women-made borders. They're man-made borders, and they're invisible unless somebody tells you that they're there. So I don't really live there and stuff like that. So racism and all that type of stuff is funny until you try to come for me and mine, and then it's not funny anymore. Then it's a matter of transgression upon another human being. So that's where that is. So whatever, if you see black, that's more of a reflection on you. I'll have no personal problem with it. But if it offends you, that's something in you got to deal with. Hopefully you have a higher power, and then you can take it to God. So that's all. That's what I'm going to do with that. Sometimes people jump on here from all types of places and bring their nonsense on here. But again, I'm happy being me. Here to share my energy and stuff like that. But yeah. So just to dive in, I always have little themes when I come on here. One, I wasn't really too sure how the microphone was going to go. I guess the cooler kids have the little fluffy thing on there and everything. But hey, this is what I got, and everything. I've had it for a little bit. I think honestly, I might not have to hold it, but it seems like everyone holds it. And excuse my nails. I don't really like they really do my nails like that, and like because they always mess up so easily. I do so much in a day, but my last theme was reservation, in my last video, and I'll look different every single day because I'm just, again, every day is a birthday, every day is a new day to do something new, be a new person. You don't have to be stuck in man-made constructs. You know what I'm saying? Poverty is a man-made construct. A lot of this stuff that we consider to be, part of the human nature is just man-made, so like God is abundant. There's no scarcity in nature. Our natural selves are abundant and free and smart and intelligent, and we're creative and stuff like that. That's what I believe in. But just as a being. But yeah, so if you look at my last video, I look completely different. Lighting was different. I didn't have no makeup on, whatever. Today was the day I was gonna possibly turn into people. I mean, run into people to the Swede. Uh-oh. What? Uh-oh. It's like the chat box is hot. I don't know what's going on. Let me set up the phone side. Let me set it up. Try to set it up a little bit easier. Uh-oh. Well, what are you guys exchanging I don't know what that character means. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah. So in the last video I was speaking about reservation, and then one of the things that I didn't get to touch on was the reservations that we have for indigenous people. I'm sure it's all over the world, but America really, really dug into racism and discrimination real tough, so we got a real deep history on that, being a young country. So we got what's known as Indian reservations, where they forced the Native Americans, after tricking them out of their land and tricking them out of their sovereignty, and pretty much wiping them out with disease and destruction and all types of stuff. That's American history. They pushed them into these lands that weren't necessarily, abundant, like kind of like the it's something called the Trail of Tears, where they flag, thousands to millions of Native Americans from one place to another, and then told them this is where you stay, if you want to keep your little sovereignty and keep your languages to yourself and stuff like that. So I didn't talk about that in the last video as far as like reservations, but I didn't necessarily have a angle with it, but as far as reservations, that's what I spoke of in the last video. So today, with it being Easter and the United States, we're a Christian country. We don't act like it. we're not Christian facing right now. We're not really demonstrating Christian values right now, in my opinion, as a Christian, as a son of God. But America is technically founded on Christian values. So I don't know, as a American national, I'm not really happy with how we're showing up as a country, but I don't know, I don't know to what degree a responsibility should be held and who it should be held to. I guess governments do their own thing, and then there's the people. I don't know. People should be running the government. People are in the government. We're going to just leave that there. So this weekend is Easter Sunday. Tomorrow's Easter Sunday. So, that has to do with the resurrection of Jesus, the Christ, and Christianity. Also, too, it's like tied with the Jewish holidays, and I'm not too familiar with the Jewish holidays though, but I know that during the whole thing about Christ's crucifixion and then the resurrection, like they were observing the Jewish holiday, the traditional Jewish holidays during that time, so they tend to align, so they overlap. But yeah, Easter Sunday, the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and the cross, and we died for people's sins and stuff, according to Christians. You know what I'm saying? We'll be coming back one day and stuff. So yeah, so resurrection is kind of the theme. So that being said, it has been a crazy year, crazy decade, crazy few months, crazy few weeks, and everything like that. Really haphazard, really rip roaring. I don't know where you are, if you're blessed enough to just not be, if you have access to the internet, you have access to like a lot of the nonsense that's going on, no matter what country you're in, and to whatever degree it's, being manipulated or controlled. You have some access to some information that may or may not, be harming you mentally, emotionally, and physically, and everything. And then also too, just not being connected to nature in general, and then being plugged into these, devices with their electromagnetic impacts on us. Just no bueno all around, no bueno, like everything in moderation. Too much of anything is not good. So, kind of we're trying to tip in the scales as far as like, humanity versus, technology, and then the symbiotic relationship being healthy between the two. So when I'm talking about resurrection, I'm talking about just like how hard it is sometimes to go through certain seasons in your life, and then have to like pull yourself up by the bootstraps and really just like dig in and find that beyond strength to actually just get up and try again, get up and do it again, get up and know this time, like kind of like, okay, so like it's kind of scary to do something for the first time and go through something for the first time, go through something traumatic for the first time. And I'm speaking as a person who's, a childhood trauma coach. I'm conscious coach for neurodivergent parents and entrepreneurs. I've been a consultant for a lot of years. I have a minor in psychology. Like there's a lot of things that go into it on top of lived experience and just like, just, I guess, just the brain I was blessed with, like the way that it is. I do identify as neurodivergent, for lack of a better word for now. I'm sure we'll have a better term in the next 2 to 3 years. But for now, that's just the term that we're using for brains that don't just go along with the program, that honestly are adverse to a lot of the societal constructs and conscripts and everything like that, no matter how much they try. Like in the beginning, I guess there was something in the comments about me being a Black woman, and that's external, that's externalized and then pointed towards me. That's not me feeling that type of way. I look in the mirror and I'm happy with what I see. I look in the mirror and I see God's child. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody else sees something else, that's in them. That's not in me. That's them biting the bullet and and deciding to hate on somebody that they, never met, never got a chance to know, just based on appearances and superficial things, based on historical context and constructs that they bought into, that maybe feed into their sense of, superficial superiority, but has nothing to do with making me inferior. That's on you. I don't need to externalize inferiority to feel superior to anybody, so that's just me, that's just you, that's just us. So as far as like resurrection, OMG, to die and come alive again, like to die to your ego, what a beautiful, tragic, like painful blessing. Like it's like childbirth, you know what I'm saying? Like I use the example sometimes. I do have children. I am a mother, on top of that. I would never take, like, as stressful as it is, as unsupported as I feel in this country, as targeted as I feel in this country, and then I don't know, other countries, we hear say that they might be doing better by their women and by, their mothers and, their side societies. But as as American national, no, you know what I'm saying? No, not feeling supported at all. No, I'm not pregnant. No, I'm pregnant with purpose, pregnant with power, pregnant with stuff. No, I have children. I'm not pregnant, but I was just using it as an analogy. You might not. Maybe you don't get metaphors? Do you understand metaphors? But yeah, so it's a metaphor for just like, a mother, when a woman before her first child, she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? She's just a woman with the potential to bring life into the world, to carry life to full term and bring it into the world. After she actually does complete that, she becomes a mother. She doesn't like leave woman behind, but she does become a mother. And that's something that she can't like back from, you know what I'm saying? So she kind of dies to a version of herself only to be resurrected as another one, And then so that's why I use that metaphor, because I feel like that metaphor is just like something where it's just like, it's a painful process. Especially your first child, you don't know what to expect. You only hear about other people's experiences, until you actually experience it. You just don't know. And then you come out on the other side with a blessing, but it's painful. It's a painful process. Again, it's kind of scary to, go through it like a little unsupported in some degrees and some aspects, even if you are in a healthy, relationship and you are blessed to have a present partner. It's also hard on the men, because it's like, it's an unknown experience for them as well. They're not the ones carrying life. They're not the ones going through that like through that specific transformation, but they're coming out on the other side as fathers. They're coming out on the other side as dads, if they're present in their children's lives. And so that's also something they can't backtrack, but it's just as scary for them as well, and I'd like to see more support for, present fathers to just like go through that process with the moms. I mean, of course you want to create community around the mother who's bringing in life, but also create community around the father as well. That's just something I'd like to put out there if I'm going to put things out there. Like yes, yeah, a vessel of life to bring it in, but then also too, it is just as important to have a present partner that's going to be protecting you through that process, because you're not at your full capacity or anything. But no, I'm not pregnant with purpose, pregnant with power and stuff. But yeah, so all that to say, resurrection, dying and coming back to life, so you're dying to a version of yourself and then bringing it back. Like ego death is so critical at this time, because they're getting like really, their ego is getting really attacked and manipulated to a large degree, because as long as you're just focused on being right, you're not making space for the ability to just see another perspective, another viewpoint. You don't have to agree, but you can see where somebody's coming from, because we're not a monolith. We're not all the same. The human race is a beautiful tapestry of differences and colors, but we all have basic needs, that need to be met. You know what I'm saying? Need to be accepted, need to be loved, need to be, have outlets to be creative and express ourselves. Otherwise, we go into deep depression and we do, anti-productive, anti-life things, with evil, anti-life, evil, you know. And so, resurrection has just been on top of my mind after, reservation, and just reserving yourself for a purpose. And sometimes that purpose is to come alive beyond, oh my gosh, beyond the strength that you have. And a lot of the stuff that I do talk about, I bring, I'm a spiritual being, so I bring spirituality into everything. I don't know how we can ever take it out of stuff. A lot of religion doesn't have spirituality in it. It's just religion. People are just doing things without knowing why they're doing them. Like anything that asks you to do it without knowing why, or doesn't allow you to ask questions, no bueno, just like anything. It doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what name you give it, anything. So any religion that's asking you to do things and you don't know why, you don't know, what I'm saying? Like the God I believe in as a Christian woman, the God I believe in, he welcomes questions. He's never offended by a question. He wants that. He wants you looking, seeking him, seeking answers. He might not always give it to you, like any parent. Like my daughter, she might ask questions of me. I might choose, depending on me from my vantage point as the person that, with the higher knowing, the higher understanding, the adult, the parent in the situation, I may or may not divulge that information to her just because she's asking, or I might do it in a level that she might understand, but that would be me as the parent. So same thing with God, like but you wouldn't tell you know what I'm saying? Like a good parent, of course. And sometimes we can get stressed out and everything like that, circumstances being what they are. But for, if everything's even, your child coming to you and having that moment, hey, coming to you with questions, you're really not going to turn it away. And for those that aren't parents, I'm, for most caregivers have somebody in their life that, or a younger sibling, or, what have you, someone that's coming to you for advice or coming to you with questions or for clarity. Just think about whatever aspect that can be. I just use it. I just think parent is like the best, metaphor sometimes for some things. Let me see, also farming is a thing. I don't know if that metaphor would fit, let's say like you're a farmer and you have like farmhand mentors, mentees or whatever, coming to you, like asking you how to plant something or something, it doesn't have to be like everyone's not in the same boat, but sometimes, like sometimes just thinking from another perspective can grow you, can help you in a way that will advance you in life. So yeah, so where are we at now? 24 minutes. That's not bad. That's nice and decent. So yeah, I think I got it out and everything. Subscribe if you like the vibe, share if you care. Appreciate everyone that commented, even the ones that I guess try to put some nonsense in a different language. I guess from what I can tell, I don't know something about Sweden. I don't know. I hear good things about y'all. Like, oh, come on now. And I always wonder, I'm just like, I wonder if they're racist just because, they're a little bit less of a melting pot than, the United States or whatever. And, unfortunately, we've allowed ourselves to be usurped by insurgents. But we're definitely not carrying ourselves as a Christian country founded on Christian values, So anybody in any other country, hear it from me. I'm American national, born here. Like was proud, said my pledge of allegiance. You know what I'm saying, and all that other stuff as a child. Was raised with the golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated. But somehow that was allowed to get stripped through legislation. So all of this is governmental. We got to really check our governments as citizens, and really see if they're really acting in our best interest and our better behalfs. Other than that, the train is going off the tracks, and the monkey is pressing the buttons, and nobody's coming to save us. You feel me? So that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, subscribe for other content. We will be, revamping Apex Radio Show. I'm so excited. All the stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes about that. Just the different aspects about that. So that'll be a way for people, and it's a global experience too. Apex Radio Show is a global platform. So, if you have music, books, political, like, I will maintain that. I love humanity. Jesus died for us all. You know what I'm saying? Like, us all. Doesn't matter if you're in Sweden or if you're in Puerto Rico or Dubai or whatever. He did the whole planet. You know what I'm saying? Not just not just one, not just all, not just the Jewish people, everybody. So it is a very blessed time to just be grateful. I've been crying a lot because it's just like to be so loved. You know what I'm saying? Mankind pales in the ability to love pales in comparison to the love that was demonstrated up on that cross. And that's just my belief. That's my belief, and it shouldn't offend anyone. Share yours. I'm so strong in mine. I don't mind to hear someone else's. And then tell me why. Again, any belief or thing that you can't you don't know why, or you can't ask the questions, like, just, that's no bueno. It's no bueno. No bueno. So yeah, I'm gonna be signing off on that. No, 27 on 30, almost 30 minutes. Oh man, your girl is resurrecting. Okay, went through the dark night once again. Inner child healing, inner teenage healing. Rewriting some wrongs and changing the narrative and all that good stuff. And here we are, pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps, snatching our edges and everything. And yeah, I'm a global citizen. You can call me anything but late for dinner. I don't have to answer to it. You know what I'm saying? So, but blessings to everyone that feels the need to accept them or what have you. And everybody have a blessed, beautiful weekend. The sun is actually shining here. I'm in a place where it's more gray more often than not. So actually having the sun shining is a great, wonderful. I don't know if you say omen. I don't know, sign. I don't know. What have you. But yeah. So loving everybody, signing off again. It's your girl Indigo, and this is actually technically InDaCut, but a little hybrid from Apex Radio Show. And yeah, stay tuned for the podcast coming back to you hot, live, off the press and everything. And if you want to follow me on social media, right now my most active account is Indigo Skies, SKIES 444. That's also a place where I actually, go live and talk my talk a little bit. And then also too, this is the best platform right now for Apex Radio Show. So I'm going to sign it off. Everybody have a beautiful, blessed day, and bye.